Hello, beautiful. I am going to do this intro once for the rest of the signs. I already did it for Aries, Taurus, and Gemini, but I actually have a very tight schedule to get these done before April arrives. So to maximize my time, I am going to do this intro once for you, my love. So don't take it personal if you don't get a personal intro from me this month. And I am fully aware that I did not have to tell you that. But, I feel like we've got something personal going on. So I want to be transparent with you. I just figure it just makes more sense for my time to get the intro done once. And it really is for people who are new here. So if that happens to be you, we're going to get into a couple of things today, okay? First, we're going to get into your monthly forecast, and that's what to expect for the month overall, okay? But first, we're going to get a jumper from one of my oracle decks here to get a major theme of the month for you, okay? We want to see what exactly this month is highlighting for you, but I like to do this at the end because I feel like it really puts a period on the reading, it just really brings everything together. Then we're going to get into your love and career readings. Those readings are going to look like what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month, okay? So we got 3 spreads to get into: monthly forecast, love and relationships, career and finances. Then we'll read your oracle message at the end. Now remember, this is a collective reading. Receive what resonates, release what doesn't. I do make these with the intention of reading for your sun sign, but I encourage you to watch your moon and your rising as well so that you get a 360 view of what to expect this month. I definitely encourage you to comment. That really helps keep the engagement and lets YouTube know that you like this content so that it can push it out to more people. So please like, share, give it a thumbs up. I really appreciate that energy exchange. Now, I want to give a special thanks to my light keepers. So if you're watching this in the month of April, that means that is you. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. I'm probably going to insert something here because I saw on this other guy's channel, he did like a whole thing where he basically gave a shout out to all of his contributors. And I was like, oh, I should do that. That was so cute. It was like a really nice way of saying thank you. So if you're watching this and I've done that, thank you. If you're watching this in May and you want to be one of these people who are featured and honored, definitely join by using the link below to become a light keeper, to become a member. And as a reminder, you get 15% off readings with me, 15% off readings for me, lifetime, as long as you are a light keeper. So, I'm out of breath. So if anything I say resonates with you and you'd like to go deeper, just keep that in mind. You have additional perks and discounts with me, okay? And also, if you guys ever see me go live, because that's kind of been my thing lately, just for the sake, again, of time, I like to pre-record the forecast, but I usually will go live when it comes to rest of the month, all signs, and the new and full moon readings. I usually go live with those just because it's so much easier for uploading. You as a light keeper have special emojis that you can use. So definitely take advantage of those. I made them myself in Canva. Not that they were like super wildly like amazing graphics, but I'd love to see those used, those little pink little graphics used if you guys happen to catch me live. And I do schedule them in advance. I usually will look at my calendar and say, okay, what day am I going to go live? And so if you are wondering, when is Whitney going live? I usually probably have it scheduled under the live tab in my channel. Okay, so we're about to get into your reading, but let's go ahead and do a grounding and a reset, okay? Let's go ahead and take a couple deep breaths. Drop those shoulders. Relax your jaw. Release the tongue from the roof of your mouth. Just relax. I don't know what you're doing. I don't know if you're watching this in bed at the end of your day, if you're watching this in a shower. I watch a lot of content in the shower and people are baffled at me. I'm that person who will watch my favorite shows while on the toilet. I'm that person. So if that's you right now, I get it. But also I'm here with you to get grounded. Wherever you are, maybe you're in your car, be safe, okay, while you're listening to me. But just take a moment to just release any tension in your body and be present for whatever messages need to come through right now. And we just thank Spirit in advance for the divine wisdom that is going to come through. Amen. Without further ado, let's get into your reading, boo. Hi there, Virgo. How are you? We're going to go ahead and get your jumper for the month of April. Okay, now, I woke up a few hours ago. So please excuse me, I'm still kind of like, I didn't even go to sleep in this, but I put on pajamas for you. This is definitely last night's makeup. Okay, in my head, I was like, I'm gonna like just stay up all night and I'm gonna do 6 videos. And I got through one video, I got through cancer, and I was like, absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'm going to bed. So this is what you get, because I know I have a gig in Pennsylvania today and I don't want to, it's a whole thing, because I have to pack my cards. So I was like, I want to record some videos first versus try to get ready, then record, then leave. It's just too much. So you get Pajama Whitney, okay? You get Pajama Whitney, and just know that the vibes are still going to be lit, okay? We're still going to get some good insight, especially because I'm refreshed. And got some sleep. How did March end for you? Because I feel like everyone was on, the edge of their seat, trying to figure out how March was going to end for you. At least me. I was definitely on the edge of my seat. What do you have for Virgo for April? Because I have a lot of Virgos in my life, and I just feel like it was a really crazy month. What do you have for Virgos for April? Interestingly, Cancer got this message as well. Okay, fine. I'll keep it. We're going to read that Oracle message at the end. Okay. Let's go ahead and begin to shuffle your cards for April. Now, Virgo, just go ahead and take a moment to just manifest. It's going to take me a couple of minutes, like maybe 2 minutes to shuffle. So feel free to grab your journal, write some things down of like what you're calling in, what you're manifesting, what you want to experience, and what you want to happen. Feel free to pause me, okay, and go grab that and do that before I get into this reading, so that you can listen to my reading with your intentions in mind. Does that make sense? So you can clearly identify what messages may be for you and what might not be, right? Okay. Month of April for Virgo. Virgo, we will be looking at your current self. Theme of the month: key goal to pursue, obstacle to overcome. And I just realized that my mic was all the way over here. I'm praying that you heard that. I want to believe that you heard what I was saying. Major accomplishments: what to avoid, what to embrace, where to find support, advice, and encouragement. And that's pretty much it. So it feels like, Virgo, this month, it feels like you're dealing with like the aftermaths of some change or turmoil. Like it feels very much like picking up the pieces. It feels very much like picking up the pieces to me. So let me tell you why I'm saying that. Oh, I kicked you. Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Current self is Page of Swords, which represents the air signs, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Why do I feel like the brightness is turned down on this? Is it just me? Okay. Page of Swords, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. It also represents somebody who's gathering information. You may be feeling very communicative. So at the start of April, you may be feeling very communicative or inquisitive or gathering information or trying to learn something, trying to communicate about something you're learning about, that kind of thing. The pages give novice, okay? So there's something that you are likely feeling a novice at, but trying to learn, trying to adjust, trying to adapt, and maybe also trying to express your feeling or your thoughts in the process. Theme of the month is 7 of Wands. So I'm very happy to see that here, because whatever you went through in March, Virgo, you will be able to regain control. Or the 7 of Wands is really more about maintaining control, but I'm specifically using the words maintain or regain control here. Seven of Wands is also about defenses, boundaries, like keeping people and things away from you. With Mercury retrograde, I didn't want to chance it. So I needed to check that you can hear me and that you can see me well. And everything is good. So maintaining control, Virgo. So I don't want you to worry if everything's going to work out, because for me it is. For me, what I have in front of me, it is working out. Is it going to be uncomfortable? Sure. But are you going to do what you need to do to make sure shit stays copacetic? Yes. Now, key goal to pursue is Knight of Wands. We've got fire sign energy here, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. This could also point towards you needing to tap into ambition and power and willpower. I'm hearing this will be. You have to make some, you are going to have to drive something across the finish line. What is it that you need to be pursuing, that you need to be ambitious about? Okay, courthouse, maybe something legal, maybe something administrative. What is this for Virgo, please? Community, okay. Maybe something to do with your family. What is this referring to for Virgo, please? Goals to pursue. Please clarify that. Ace of Wands coming out. A new passion, a new beginning, perhaps. There's something that you have to pursue. I do feel like there is a new beginning for you. I definitely know of one client that's a Virgo that's got a new beginning coming, or not coming her way. She's doing it. It's happening. I'm hearing common. There is a light that shines special for you and me. If you just, if in your head you just thought it's important we communicate, then you are my people. Okay. But I'm saying that because, you know, the Ace of Wands, he's got the wand, and this deck is like the wand, and then he's got the wand here, and it's just fine. It's like you have to find your way through a situation, but you are the one with the light. You are the one with the torch. You have to figure this out. Okay, let's see. Let's keep going. Let's see what comes up in your career and relationships readings. Obstacle to overcome. We've got the Judgment, awakening, answering the call, Judgment Day. So something's happening, Virgo, where you've got to either, it's a make or break moment. The Judgment is a make or break moment, but what are we talking about specifically for Virgo? What is a make or break moment for them in the month of April? Okay, we got 3 cards that just fell out. Okay, wow, the way this came out. King of Wands, 7 of Pentacles, Queen of Pentacles. So it's feeling like a situation between you and another person. Queen of Pentacles is earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. 7 of Pentacles is about patience, waiting for your seeds to grow. King of Wands here, fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Someone who is very ambitious, charismatic, a leader, creative. Queen of Pentacles is somebody who's very nurturing, someone who's very smart, especially in terms of career and business and family. Now, in relation to this Judgment card here, it's feeling like, what's always interesting is sometimes, I learned this a long time ago, that you have to look at the position that the court cards are facing. The King of Pentacles is looking towards the future. The 7 of Pentacles is looking down and waiting. The Queen of Pentacles is also looking down. So it feels like one energy in a relationship or a connection, this could be romantic or platonic or business, one energy, maybe you, maybe the feminine energy, whatever, is waiting for something to get better, to grow, while someone else is already fixated on the future. And it seems that you guys are not aligned, so you have to determine whether or not you're going to continue to stay and see it through. That's a very interesting message that I did not expect. Hard work is coming out. Clarify, please. Obstacle overcome for Virgo this April. Oh. A lot of cards just came out, but these two just fell down. Okay, we got mature woman, sun and wealth. Main woman, sun and wealth. It feels like somebody wants to wait and see something grow, while someone wants to cash out. That could be literal or metaphorical. This could be literal in the sense where you want to wait and see, let your 401k build up some more, whereas someone else is like, no, let's pull it out now. Let's invest it in an income property and develop that. You know, it could be something quite literal like that, or it could be a metaphorical. Someone wants to see a relationship shit through. They're not ready to give up. They want to keep watering it. They're patient with this relationship, whereas somebody's like, I'm ready. I'm looking for the future. I'm not paying attention to this right now. I'm not worried about this. This is not a problem. But for you or the other person, it is. Does that make sense? That's what's coming through. Major accomplishment is the Emperor. The Emperor is Aries energy. It's father figure energy, fatherhood, direction, control, masculine energy. It is conquering energy. Someone who's very, I want to say steady and decisive. Okay. So for me, Virgo, you're going to get to a point where you do feel more in control, where you do feel more decisive, where you do feel like you are in command. Clarify the major accomplishment for Virgo, please. Five of Wands. This can manifest in a lot of ways. Like, for example, the Five of Wands for me came, it was one of the cards I got for my March forecast, my high level, in my annual forecast. I got the Ace of Wands and the Five of Wands. Now, I always look at the Five of Wands as like the rat race card, competition, conflict also too, is what it represents. But with the Emperor here, this indicates to me that you will be coming out on top regarding a situation. You will win the throne, so to speak. What are you talking about for Virgo? Please, major accomplishment. Lovers wanted to flip out, but it came out with like a bunch of others. So it didn't really, okay. Mature man here. Maybe this is in relation to mature man. Maybe this is in relation to your father, perhaps. Or someone just older in general. Older masculine energy. Mature could be someone who is mature in spirit, but it usually is someone who is mature in literally age, who might be involved in this situation here. Okay. What to avoid? The Tower. Now, when I see this, Virgo, I see this as a void blowing up. Try not to blow up. I think you're dealing with a lot of frustrating energies this month. You're trying to give something patience and time. And I think other people around you are not as patient. The Tower represents upheaval, massive change, chaos, or sudden change and chaos. And I think Spirit's trying to avoid you from doing that. I really feel like Spirit's trying to tell you to hold your ground. Also, too, in the tarot, quite literally, and I love how it kind of played out in your spread here, the Star comes after the Tower. So after shit has fallen apart, the Star is still here for hope, faith, and rejuvenation. Let me see. I think there's something about it in the textbook. I think there's a little blurb about it. Okay. Tower and the Star. A a favorable combination that suggests you can harness change to bring about personal transformation and renewed faith. Okay. As the star follows the tower card in the tarot, it comes as a welcome reprieve after a period of destruction and turmoil. You have endured many challenges and stripped yourself bare of any limiting beliefs that have previously held you back. You are realizing your core essence, who you are beneath all the layers. No matter what life throws your way, you know that you are always connected to the divine and pure loving energy. You hold a new sense of self, a new appreciation for the core of your being. The star brings renewed hope and faith, a sense that you are truly blessed by the universe. You're entering a peaceful, loving phase in your life, filled with calm energy, mental stability, and more in-depth understanding of both yourself and others around you. This is a time of significant personal growth and development as you are now ready to receive the many blessings of the universe. There's more to this, but you get what we're talking about here. I love that for you because Spirit's trying to tell you, hey, the worst is over. The worst is over. Stop feeding into this energy. There's nothing else that needs to happen. Your focus right now is to heal, grow, and become a new, better version of yourself. Does that make sense? I really think, like, if you're still waiting for the shoe to drop, Virgo, I don't think there is another shoe that will drop. Like, everything is done. We made it through eclipse season, all right? We made it through all the goddamn retro, and then we just have to get through. If we can get to like mid-April, once Mercury is no longer, once Mercury goes direct, once Venus goes direct, okay, once we can just get to the end of April, Lord. I pulled some cards for myself because my views are really low on TikTok. Now, of course, the algorithm teaches us that if your views are low, it just might be that your content is just not performing as well. Like, people are just not as engaged. I feel that, but I also am very mindful of that. And so I don't want to make this about me, but that's a TED Talk for another day. Long story short, I'm trying to make sure that I stay on my toes, and I wanted to see for myself, when am I going to see an increase in views again on my content? Because it is directly related to my income. So I need to be aware and conscious of that. And I got April 21st to the 30th. So I think once we get to the end of April, I think everyone will feel like a little bit of weight off their shoulders. Okay. So I feel like I can handle that. I think I can handle 20 days of like recuperation. Okay. Where to find support? King of Swords, air sign energy, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. There might be an air sign to support you. Ooh, excuse me. If this is advice for you, this would be to remain logical, remain smart, rely on your wisdom and not emotions, okay? This could also be somebody who is an expert at something, especially if you're going through some sort of separation, maybe somebody who's a lawyer or an accountant, somebody who's specialized in some area that can help you. And then advice and encouragement is the Page of Pentacles. So again, here we have this novice energy. There's something, you're starting with Page of Swords, and ending with Page of Pentacles. You're rebuilding. You're rebuilding, Virgo, is what it feels like to me. It very much feels like rebuilding. The Page of Pentacles is somebody who's hardworking, dedicated. They want to prove that they're invested, and they want to learn and they want to grow. And they're also a manifester. The Page of Pentacles is able to manifest opportunities, but they're really committed to like being disciplined and wanting to prove that they can do what's not only what's being asked of them, but they want to show that they're worthy, So yeah, that's a lot to unpack here. Take a moment to, drop some comments of anything that stuck out to you while I clear this so I can reset for your love and relationships reading, okay? All right, Virgo, let's see what's happening in your love and relationships. These are for people who are single and dating. King of Swords coming out again. Heavy air sign energy, all right? So people who are dating, single and dating or in committed relationships, I'll try to make sure I interpret for both groups. If you are single, there's no prospects right now. Listen, maybe I might see an ace. Maybe I might see something of a new love coming in. But otherwise, get yourself out there if you want if you're desiring partnership right now or desiring connection, don't wait on me or any other tarot reader to say, oh, the Prince Charming's coming your way. Like, go out there, go get that motherfucker, go be out there and be a baddie, okay? For me personally, like, I'm not really focused on my love life right now. And I was just telling in Cancer's video, I was like, I pulled very light cards on my love life last month because it's just not something I had intended to pour energy into. I'm like, I'm just not there. I'm just not there. I don't have it right now. And so if that's you, my point is, if that's you right now, feel free to skip this. You can listen for entertainment if you want to. But if you know you're not really focused on that, that's okay. Then it's not for you, and that's not a problem. People get to enjoy their singlehood. And based on my own annual forecast, which, by the way, I think I might offer earlier. I don't know if it's going to be crazy or not, because I don't know, I've been thinking about this. I don't know that I want to do them at the end of the year again. I think I would like them to be done. I think I might like them to be done in November. Like, I just really didn't like last year how I'm spending the holidays trying to get something done. I know that's how the holiday season is. Like, every business everywhere is just like scrambling and working really hard because it's the holidays. I don't want that energy for myself. I really want to be relaxing, cooling out, maxing, relaxing. What? Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, out, cooling, shoot some b-ball, let's school, okay? That's all I'm trying to do. But I just don't know if that makes sense for the market. So let me know, Virgo, if you think that's wise and how early you think I might need to, because I think I tried to start offering them as early as September, October. If I do that, I will need to be very clear about a hard deadline. Sorry, thank you for processing that with me. Let's get back to your love relationship. Okay, so what to expect, the unexpected theme of the month from you, Virgo. Sorry. My brain just went elsewhere, so that's why I was laughing. I forgot I was being recorded for a second. God. I've never done that before. That's so interesting. Okay. Wow. Immediately, Priorities just came into my head by Tyla. And I wasn't even listening to that song. I wasn't thinking about the song. But as soon as I laid down that card, Priorities came in my head. Look how spreading myself then became my priority. Again, lost my way, thinking that it was you. No, the lyrics are, making sure it was you that was straight. Look how spreading myself thin became my priority. Again, lost my way, making sure it was you that was straight. It's a good song. What you got for the Virgos? Okay. Now again, Virgo, take what resonates, release what doesn't. Okay, you know your truth, you know your story. So what we have here immediately, King and Queen of Cups reversed. Or the King is reversed, the Queen is upright. The King of Cups is, both of them represent the water signs, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio, which you are compatible with as an earth sign. But the King of Cups, when he's reversed, he's very emotional. He's not very grounded as he typically is. He's not invested in the connection. Whereas Queen of Cups is like, okay, well, like, I guess I'll be here until you, like, get your shit together. like that's kind of how it feels for me. The Queen of Cups is very compassionate, very emotional, very understanding, very empathetic. And typically so is the King of Cups. But right now in your life, I think there's a male energy who's not feeling as grounded as they typically are. They're not feeling as connected to this relationship as they normally are. Okay. And maybe that's because they have personal shit going on. I don't know. Maybe they're going through their own little struggles, their own little battles. That might not have anything to do with you. And while it does represent the water signs, this can represent any sign, but it would typically point to people who are usually quite in touch with their emotions and their feelings. It just feels like you and someone are no longer aligned. And I don't know that that's even like for good. It's just like for right now. I'm really getting the sense that like most of my viewers are female, so I'm really getting the sense that you are the one who is grounded, who is making sure shit is straight, but they are not. They are your partner is spiraling. Your partner is spiraling. And I don't think that's a surprise to you at this time that you're watching this video. I really don't, because this is in the position of what to expect. Now, the unexpected is a lot of work, okay? We got the 10 of Wands and the 7 of Cups. So it might seem that in your love life, one of you is unexpectedly very busy. And the 7 of Cups is about options. It is about fantasizing. Sometimes it's about, exploring and seeing what you want, what you don't want. It's also sometimes about kind of romanticizing things, like head in the clouds, like you're not being realistic sometimes with maybe what you can get done with the 10 of Wands here. You know what it feels like to me? It feels like overcommitment. I think one of you in the relationship is overcommitted, because it's really giving the sense that like, oh, sure, I can be there Friday at 8. And oh yeah, I can do this at Friday at 6. And oh yeah, I can do this Friday at 3. And in your head, you're like, oh, I've got a full Friday. But like when you really look at it, you're like, oh my God, I have a full Friday and I don't have time for my partner and I can't figure this out. And I don't know how I'm going to get this done. That's the vibe. So really, you and your partner might struggle to make time for each other, is really what I'm seeing this month. So if that is the issue, if that is the problem, I don't know, Virgo, I'm being so honest. I don't know that I would blame them. I don't know that I would be like, you never make time for me. Like, I don't know if that's the approach this month. I don't know if that's what we want to go with. Because it just feels like intuitively just like one of those things where just like life is just kind of like coming at you or your partner. And it's just one of those seasons where it's a little rough to keep up with everything right now. I don't think that this means that your partner doesn't love you, I just think that's just the cards that are being dealt right now. Now, theme of the month, we've got the sun, which typically represents joy, happiness, and clarity. Also children. We have the Hierophant, which does represent the sign of Taurus, but also structure, conformity, institutions, think churches, higher learning. And also the Hierophant is a spiritual teacher as well. So consider that. 2 of Wands is about planning, getting organized. These are all upright, which I love for you. The only reversed card you have is a King of Cups. So for me, Virgo, if everything is going, like, I'm going to finish the 3 cards I need to share with you. But for me in your love life, I don't think you're the problem. I'm being very honest. I don't know that you're the problem right now. Okay? And I know people are like, well, is it bad if I have reversals? Not necessarily, but just the way that I'm looking at this reading with everything else being upright and only the King of Cups being reversed. And again, the star is back in deck energy here. The star is reversed, but a lot of times when it is reversed, it is, again, a need to pour into self, rejuvenate, heal, keep the faith. But anyway, staying on task here. I don't know that you're the problem. I think you are the one that has your head on straight. So please don't allow yourself to be gaslit this month. Okay? All right, so Ace of Swords is clarity, information. Second card representing clarity and information here with the sun as well. 10 of Swords, which represents endings, betrayal, defeat. Okay? And also 8 of Pentacles, mastery, dedication, hard work, investing. Okay, so with all that being said for, theme of the month, rest of the month, however you want to look at it. I am seeing you are happy in general in your love life. I think you are seeing progress. I do want to clarify this 10 of Swords. It feels a little out of place. because it's right next to the Eight of Pentacles, which to me, I'm not sure if a relationship is ending and you're focusing back on your work life. That could be a message here. Or if there is a difficult ending to a situation. So let's figure that out. Why is the Ten of Swords here? Something flipped over. Power. Having power struggles. Be assertive now. Treat yourself like royalty. Okay. They'll never take my power. My power. My power. You'll never take my power. My power. My power. They feel away. Oh wow. First of all, if you don't know that song, like, how are you even following me right now? From Black is King by Beyonce. Okay, that was her album to complement The Lion King. All right, let's clarify this Ten of Swords, please. Challenges and leap of faith. Okay, it came out together. Okay, challenges here. Feeling overwhelmed, being needy, and holding on. Take one day at a time. Trust your intuition. Jump off the crazy train to make a new life. Okay. What's after the Eight of Pentacles? Knight of Wands reverse. Knight of Swords reverse. Okay. There is feeling like a little bit of an imbalance in this relationship. Virgo, here's what it feels like to me. I feel like you're in a place where you got the plan, right? That's what you do. You have the plan. You're like, all right, this is what we're going to do. You want to be very organized. You're laying it out. And you're like, this is how we're going to get the best situation to make us happy. And it feels like someone might not be with that plan. And they might exit. They might not be like, I can't, there's going to have to be a tough conversation here. I can't go on that path with you. But the plan works for you, but it doesn't work for them. But I think you're moving forward with the plan anyway because it works for you. Now, this feels very much related and connected to people who are single and dating, perhaps. So if somebody you're dating, if it doesn't work out, that's okay, girl, let them leave. Now, if you are in a committed relationship, this feels like maybe you as a couple decide to end a difficult connection or relationship together and lock in with each other. Does that make sense? So, for example, my parents are water signs, but I'll use this example because they're not, neither one of them are Virgos, but like right now they're in a position right now where they're looking to move. And so right now they're looking at different houses, and they had a situation where they were entertaining one property, but the landlord was really getting all up in their business, and they're asking very inappropriate questions. So finally they decided, you know what, this isn't going to work for us. And they were like, no, left the deal on the table, right? And they locked back in. So it's just an example of how this could manifest for you. Maybe something you guys decide as a couple is not in alignment with your plans and what you're figuring out or what you're trying to do. I really do still think, Virgo, that if you are, whoever the feminine energy is in the relationship is seeming to be the one that keeps their head on straight this month. Let's talk about these oracle messages that we got. The first one that came out, stay optimistic about your love life. Positive thinking and faith will bring you romance. Second emphasis on faith here. An emphasis on, and express your love. Go ahead and make the romantic gesture. I'm not gonna lie. This is for me though, but you take it how you want. A lot of times when this card comes up, and if I do take initiative and make a romantic gesture or reach out first or whatever, I often find that it's fleeting. I find that if I am the one, and speaking specifically to the singles right now, I find that if I'm the one to make a gesture, it might be met positively, but it's not long lasting. And sometimes with the stay optimistic card, especially if you're single, this to me would point towards keep your options open. Now, if you are obviously in a committed relationship, if things are difficult right now, of course, stay optimistic. And maybe you are the one right now who has to pour into this relationship. Okay. Let's see. Where's the guidebook? I think I want to read Express Your Love. Stay optimistic is pretty straightforward. Like, positive thinking will bring you romance. Like, that's pretty straightforward, right? Do we agree? Stay positive. Again, I usually get that message if Spirit is trying to tell me, hey, don't get down in the dumps. This wasn't the right person. Keep an open, keep your head up. But if you're in a committed relationship, try not to lean into thoughts of, well, maybe I married the wrong person and maybe it's not going to work. Like, whoa. Hold on. Are we sure? Maybe that is your truth. But I want us to, even if that is our truth, let's keep the thoughts positive around that. That's different. I'm not going to dig into that today. Because everybody's situation is very different. And I don't want to make you think that you need to just toxic positivity your way to a better relationship if you're in something really toxic. I don't want you to do that. Anyway, express your love. This card urges you to take the initiative in your love life. That may mean contacting someone to whom you're attracted and asking that person out on a date. It could also mean sending flowers, texts, or gifts to your beloved. As you express romance, these feelings pour through you. You actually become the biggest beneficiary of your romantic displays as you enjoy how they make you feel to an even greater degree. The more you give love, the more you experience it. Of course, do make sure that you're also open to receiving the love that comes to you from God, the angels, and other people. Oh, that was it? Okay. A pretty simple message. Maybe I will read Stay Optimistic. Stay optimistic. The romance angels send you this card to remind you that you have a strong influence upon your love life satisfaction. If you've been complaining or worrying lately, the angels guide you to shift to a more optimistic perspective. Even if you've had your romantic hopes repeatedly dashed, there's still reason to hold the faith, again, emphasis on faith, that real love can be yours if you believe it. Today, take action steps to positively manifest the love you desire. The love life you desire. Whether you're single or in a partnership, begin by visualizing yourself as romantically happy and satisfied. See and imagine yourself with a wonderful partner who embodies the qualities that are important to you. Imagine that person appreciating and loving you too. You can write lists and conduct journaling sessions about your feelings, hopes, desires, and intentions. You can also create a dream board with images and phrases related to your love life goals pasted onto a poster board. Daily, look at this dream board with positive intent and follow any inner guidance to take actions related towards your dreams. Your positive outlook will make you a more physically and energetically attractive person, which will definitely help your relationship with yourself and everyone else too. What are our thoughts? Virgo? What are our thoughts? I just keep feeling like you're not the problem. Like, I can't emphasize that enough. You are not the problem, Virgo. And I'm not trying to say you're perfect, right? But I just feel like it's not you. I don't think I've ever said that in a love reading. Because I feel like there's clarity. I feel like there's communication. I feel like there's thoughtfulness towards the future. And still there's something that's coming to an end. So I'm saying all that to say, like, I feel like you're doing your part. You know what I mean? Okay, I hope that's helpful. I'm going to pause here. Let's clear this so I can move on to your career and finances. All right, Virgo, so we're looking into, as soon as my phone stops shaking. Same thing, what to expect, the unexpected, theme of the month, career and finances. Now I have Number One by Tyler in my head. I gotta put me number one, no compromising. First of all, that whole album is everything. Everything. I wonder if Tyler's a Virgo. She gives a little bit of Sagittarius vibes, if I'm honest. Let's find out. Oh. All right, my computer right now is like really having a moment. Child. Yeah, is this your back of deck energy? Is the Hierophant, order, structure, institution, again, higher learning or spiritual teacher. She is so pretty, Tyler. She's an Aquarius. Oh, okay. She's in Aquarius. Okay, anyway, guys, back to my notes. Capricorn, Virgo. I actually do have the Capricorn card in front of me in case you are dealing with the Capricorn, babe. Let me get some of these jumpers out before I go into this. What I started to say is it really feels like your finances are being affected by a relationship in your life. It is feeling like somebody doesn't want you to leave, but you gotta go because you're not being appreciated, you're not being valued. What you got for Virgo, please? But you can get through this. You will come, like, unexpectedly, you will come up on top. Leadership. What else for Virgo? Can I get another? Networking. Okay, we got 2. Revision and next level. Okay, so there is a little bit of denial here, or that's coming up, but I also feel that there's advancement as well. Okay. All right, a little bit of too much Delulu energy. We got to dial back the Delulu just a little bit. Okay. All right, so we've got what to expect, the Death card reverse and the Nine of Swords. The Death card represents Scorpio energy, but also rebirth and transformation. When it is reversed like this, it usually represents either fear of letting go or personal transformation. Seeing as how it's next to the Nine of Swords reversed, which I'm going to show you both of these cards upright. Seeing as how it's next to the Nine of Swords, which is the card of fear, doubt, worry, insomnia, anxiety, there seems to me that either one or two things are happening. Either, Virgo, at the top of this month, you're really stuck in this energy and you're afraid to let go of something. Or two, you're finally moving on from the fear, doubt, and worry and anxiety. One of the two things here. Okay? That's really the only way, in my opinion, these cards can be interpreted right now. There's a lot of fear around this. I'm surprised I didn't get the fear card. Let's see what's on top. No. Well, I just opened on Windfall and Luck. So that's amazing. So, anyway. So let's figure out, are we stuck in fear and anxiety, or are we coming out of fear and anxiety? Are we afraid to let go, or have we let go? I would say you've let go. We've got the High Priestess. You made an intuitive choice based on what was right for you. And you did what was right for your spiritual health. Okay. The unexpected is the Queen of Pentacles and the Strength card reversed. Queen of Pentacles represents Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Taurus, Virgo. The Strength card represents Leo energy here. It is also reversed. I don't know that this is connected to a Leo, though. It could be. But with the Strength card reversed here, I think for you specifically, Virgo, unexpectedly, you are having to lean into your courage, your power, your fortitude. Maybe also realizing you have more strength than you realize to persevere through a situation. This King of Swords, yeah. This air sign energy is all up and through your reading, Virgo, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. Maybe even having the strength to resist somebody. Because I'm just looking at how her energy is. Like, she's very cool. Like, you know, she's like, I'm good. I don't need, I have the strength to resist this. High honor coming out. Maybe you'll be celebrated in some way. Why is the Strength card here? Yeah, look at the Six of Wands coming out. The Six of Wands just fell out face up, which again is, now a couple cards just fell out face down. Oh, I'm gonna look. Look. Okay, hold on. Six of Wands came out. Again, victory, success, achievement, which is very in line with the High Honor card. I think unexpectedly, Virgo, you're going to be praised or for something, or promoted or exalted or like celebrated in some way. There's a turning point here towards healing. Knight of Cups is involved, either a romantic interest or water sign energy, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. We've got Death card here again. And the Hangman, feeling stuck, changing perspective. So for me, Leo, Virgo, sorry, I said Leo because the strength card's here. There is something to celebrate here. I'm thinking of one of my Virgo clients. She really wants her, I'm not going to say her business. I think you're getting what you want here, Virgo. I think you're getting the opportunity to refuse or refuse someone because you're in a better position. Does that make sense? So let's talk about theme of the month. The Lovers reversed. This is, again, Gemini energy, but also partnerships, unions, contracts reversed. So there's some misalignment here. Capricorn energy with the Devil card, but also attachments being represented here. Six of Wands is actually reversed here. This sometimes is celebrating a personal win, but sometimes it's also feeling like you're not getting the attention you feel like you deserve. Knight of Pentacles reversed. Earth sign energy, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, and also, maybe not, sometimes the Knight of Pentacles reverse can represent you're not being disciplined, or you're not focusing your energy on like the right things. You're not focused. You need to get back to your routine. We do have the Hermit card reverse, which is your card, Virgo, here. Seeking inner truth. And Six of Cups reverse. Reminiscing about the good old days, looking to the past. Sometimes, again, Six of Cups reverse can be that you're stuck in the past. Now, when I look at all this, Virgo, I don't know. I don't get the energy that of someone who's stuck in the past, can't move on. I'm getting the energy of you've taken the time to think about it. You realize this isn't what you want or what you want to invest in, and you're finally moving on. Now, what you're moving on from wants you, in my opinion, whether this be a job or a person that you've got money or investments with, but you're just like, this isn't working for me anymore. I've taken the time to think about it. I've taken the time to meditate on it, and I no longer want to invest energy in this. Let's address these denial cards first. So we literally have denial. Perhaps you're insisting that reality be something other than what it is. What are you refusing to see? It's better to live in truth than a lie. If you've been putting a false front on to make money, it's time to remove that mask. And then we have revision. Your expectations in the future are unrealistic and need revision. Perhaps your vision is big and may require a plan and need more careful thought. You could be setting yourself up for failure if you don't set realistic financial goals. I don't know that I agree with these cards, Virgo, if I'm being very honest. Because the other cards we have here are Networker, Leadership, and Next Level, which I feel that you are rising to. So when I look at this Denial and Revision card, I don't think this is your energy. I think this is somebody else in your life who is in denial, who is being unrealistic. I don't think that's your, I'm just being very, which is rare. I've never really had that experience before, but I don't think that's your energy. I don't think you're the one that's being unrealistic or unreasonable. I think you've tried to be reasonable, in fact, in this business relationship, in this business dealing, or whoever you deal with in terms of money matters. And this could also be just finances, you know, in relation to you and your partner. Maybe you guys have some financial things to work out together. But I feel very confident that things are going to go well for you. First one out we had was leadership. It's time to step into the leadership role of your own life. You can expect to succeed in any leadership positions. Your finances will greatly improve what you accept and step into your power. We have networker. It may be time to create or reach out to your network of people who will help you. Consider a career in marketing, promoting sales, or any professional networking job. Make the most out of the resources you have to improve your finances. Be a boss. Next level. Okay, you're either about to take your finances to the next level or it's time that you do. If your finances haven't improved yet, you can be certain they will soon. There's a chance of something extra in the air. I love when this card comes out. This is one of my favorite cards in this deck. Next level, new money, luck, windfall. When any of those cards come out, I'm like, yes. Independent, I like that card too. Because I'm very entrepreneurial, as you guys know by now. So whenever I see that card, I'm like, we're on the right track. Yes. You know? So it's feeling like, Virgo, I don't think you need somebody anymore. That's really what it's feeling like to me. I don't think you need somebody or someone anymore. It's feeling like you can take control of the situation. You can be like, no, I'm good. Sometimes also the Queen of Pentacles represents financial independence. You know, I'm good. I don't need you. Thank you. It's kind of feeling like that. No compromising. I hope that's helpful. Let's look at your oracle message. Now, I already read this for Cancer. It's creation for you. Now, sometimes I don't like getting the same messages for zodiac signs. I like each sign to have their own message, but you know, sometimes the energy is just a collective energy, right? Like maybe this just is the vibe for certain signs. Okay. You can create your own destiny. Be industrious. Every creature on earth creates. You should welcome the process of creation. Save money and time. Have a reserve. The affirmation is, I'm a mighty creator / creatrix. It is my birthright to create. There is a good reason for the saying, busy as a beaver, for the beaver is truly an industrious animal. Not only do they create sophisticated architectural lodges, their submersible homes, but they change the course of rivers and waterways through strategic damming. They create new environments for themselves and other animals. Like the beaver, we too can create with industrious and vigor. Everyone is creative, not just those who are considered to be creative, such as artists, designers, musicians, and writers. We all can be encouraged to think more creatively, to solve problems outside of square solutions, to invent new ways, and to imaginatively break new trails. This moon is on the making, This moon is the moon of taking action. Our Northern Hemisphere ancestors at this time would be preparing for winter. They would be preserving food, preparing skins, gathering medicines, strengthening their homes if they were not nomadic, and preparing to move to better hunting grounds if they were. Anyone who didn't work hard at this would likely suffer greatly for it when winter came. The time to take action is now. So as I explained to Cancer last night, babe, I think like you're in a space where like you got to get to work. You got to get to work because I think you're pulling away from someone or a group of people, perhaps a job, perhaps a business partnership. And now you've got to like figure out how to get your shit together. But I think you're doing it. I think you're doing it. You are creating a new life for yourself and rebuilding or reworking your finances in some way. You're getting a financial makeover. Yeah. So emphasis on theme of the month, 7 of Wands, maintaining control, major accomplishment, Emperor, feeling in control by the end of April. And just work on healing yourself. Work on renewing yourself, okay? You're starting over. I'm hearing Beyonce. I'm hearing Start Over by Beyonce, but that song is more about a relationship, and I don't think that's the vibe here. Okay, I hope this was helpful, Virgo. I'm ending this here. Please drop your comments below. I love you so much. I'll see you on the next one.